Have you ever felt him slowly pull away, even though you poured your heart into the relationship? It's not because you didn't love enough. The truth is, most women unknowingly make one mistake that quietly drives men away. Imagine this. You text first, wait anxiously for a reply, reread every word, and explain your feelings again and again. The more you chase, the more distant he becomes. Warren Buffett once said, "The best investment you can make is in yourself." And the same applies to love. If you don't value your own space and peace, no amount of chasing can make someone stay. So, what exactly is this mistake? And how can you turn it around without losing yourself? Stay with me, because this might just change the way you love forever. He says, "I'm busy," or "nothing is wrong," yet his actions tell a completely different story. And suddenly you start questioning everything: your words, your emotions, even your worth. Anxiety creeps in quietly. Did I say something wrong? Am I asking for too much? Why does it feel like I'm losing him without any clear reason? You reread texts, analyze his tone, replay conversations in your mind, hoping to find clarity. The need for reassurance grows stronger, but peace feels further away. Why does loving harder sometimes push him further away? Why does every effort to hold on seem to create more distance? This is one of the most common emotional mistakes in relationships. Men losing interest rarely happens overnight. It's usually a slow, emotional drift fueled by pressure, not intention. Tony Robbins once said, "Where focus goes, energy flows." When all your focus is on chasing connection, the balance shifts and attraction quietly fades. Take a deep breath. This confusion doesn't mean you failed at love. It simply means something needs to change, and awareness is where a better story begins. There comes a moment when the truth quietly reveals itself. Not in anger, not in blame, but in awareness. Here it is. Men don't pull away because a woman loves deeply. They pull away when love is driven by fear instead of confidence. Think about it. The constant texting just to feel close. The long explanations, hoping he'll finally understand how much you care. The silent sacrifices, putting your happiness on pause so the relationship won't fall apart. None of this comes from weakness. It comes from fear of loss. And here's the part most people never talk about. Men don't run from love. They run from pressure disguised as love. Pressure feels heavy. Love feels free. This is why chasing reassurance creates distance. This is why overattention slowly cools attraction. This is the psychology of love that explains why men pull away even when feelings once felt strong. Imagine holding a butterfly in your hands. If you gently open your palm, it may stay. But the tighter you squeeze, the faster it escapes. Love works the same way. Steve Jobs once said, "The moment you start focusing on what you want to lose, you forget what you want to build." When all your energy goes into holding on, the relationship stops growing. This is one of the most common relationship mistakes to avoid. Not because love is wrong, but because fear changes how love is expressed. And once you see this, everything begins to shift. What if the answer was never about doing more, but about becoming more grounded in who you already are? Here's where the story changes. The moment a woman becomes emotionally secure within herself, everything shifts. She stops chasing reassurance and starts choosing peace. She allows space, not as a tactic, not as a game, but as an act of self-respect. This is the secret most love advice never explains. You don't need to pull away to make him come closer. You simply stay present, confident, and whole. She begins focusing on her own life again. Her goals, her passions, the hobbies that once made her light up, the friendships that remind her she is valued beyond one relationship. And something interesting happens. Without pressure, without explanations, without emotional chasing, he starts leaning in naturally. That's because attraction grows where freedom exists. As Oprah Winfrey once said, "The more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate." When you stop shrinking yourself for love, love responds differently. This is how to make him emotionally attached, not through constant attention, but through emotional balance. Let this sink in. You don't have to become distant. You don't have to act cold. You don't have to pretend not to care. You just have to stop abandoning yourself for attention. That's one of the most powerful relationship tips for women who are tired of feeling anxious in love. When you choose yourself, you stop pushing men away without even trying. If this resonates with you, comment, "I understand now." Save this for the days you need the reminder. And share it with a friend who's been loving too hard and blaming herself. And in the next video, I'll reveal the subtle gestures that make men emotionally attached, without force, fear, or games. Because healthy love was never meant to be chased.